In 2002, Don Johnson was stopped at the German border carrying financial papers worth nearly $8 billion. Banks froze his accounts overnight, and within 2 years he was filing for bankruptcy. His Colorado ranch was hours from being auctioned off when he suddenly walked in with $14.5 million in cash. But that shocking twist was only one chapter of a life filled with chaos, tragedy, and survival. Because long before fame and fortune, Don came from the kind of poverty that leaves scars you never forget. Born on December 15, 1949, inside his grandmother's small Missouri house, his mother was just 16 and his father 19, both trying to build a life with no money and no guidance. He grew up in dysfunction, surrounded by yelling, beatings, and fear. He once said his father's discipline wasn't correction, it was violence, the kind that leaves a child angry and numb. By age 5, the family moved to Wichita, Kansas, for factory work. But the stress only grew worse. His parents fought constantly, and by 12, they divorced. Leaving Don to fend for himself, he began skipping school, stealing, and eventually was sent back to Missouri to live with his abusive father again. At 13, he was kicked out for good and forced to survive on his own. He juggled 2 jobs through high school, cutting meat by day and selling shoes by night. That was when he stumbled into drama class, a random choice that changed everything. His teacher cast him as Tony in West Side Story, and for the first time in his life, he felt real applause, real love, and it hit him like a drug. From that moment, he knew acting was his escape. He earned a scholarship to study drama, dated his acting teacher at 18, and soon found himself in San Francisco during the 60s, surrounded by protests, art, and drugs. His first big theater role came in a play called Your Own Thing, and then Fortune in Men's Eyes, a disturbing prison drama that gained attention for its rawness. That performance got him noticed by Hollywood, leading to The Magic Garden of Stanley Sweetheart in 1970. But instead of success, it nearly ruined him. Critics mocked him and studios stopped calling. His next few films flopped too, filled with controversy, nudity, and failure. He was nearly broke and forgotten, and then came a scandal that would haunt him forever. At 22, he moved 14-year-old Melanie Griffith into his home. They later married twice and divorced twice. And through it all, Johnson's addiction and temper kept pulling him down. In 1984, after years of struggle, Miami Vice changed his life. He became Sonny Crockett, the face of cool. Pastel suits, fast cars, and designer stubble. Overnight, he became a superstar. His hit song Heartbeat even went gold. But the fame came with a cost. In 1986, cocaine was found in his Ferrari. He was arrested and fined, and his turbulent marriage to Melanie Griffith became tabloid fuel. The addiction, affairs, and legal issues nearly destroyed him. After Miami Vice ended, he tried to reinvent himself. The hotspot bombed, his music career failed, and by the late 90s, he was doing voice work for cartoons just to pay bills. Then came Nash Bridges in 1996, and for 6 seasons it gave him a second life. Not just as an actor, but as a producer who owned half the rights to the show. That rare deal would later save him, because after years of unpaid royalties, he sued and won over $51 million in court. The same decade, he nearly lost everything. His ranch was about to be foreclosed. His debts hit $14 million. And his reputation crumbled after that German border scandal. Even though he was cleared, it left his image shattered. His comeback was built not on luck, but on survival. He got sober again, sold off his cars and homes, and leaned on his wife, Kelly, the woman who stood by him through bankruptcy and relapse. They built a family with 3 kids and rebuilt his peace. By the late 2000s, he had found stability, and by 2010, he returned to acting in Eastbound and Down and Django Unchained, proving he could be dark, powerful, and magnetic all over again. His role in Knives Out brought him $5 million and new respect. And in 2024, at 74, he was back on television in Dr. Odyssey, ABC's biggest new drama, still charming, still strong, still standing after everything. Today, Don Johnson's worth $50 million. He's a husband, a father of 5, and a survivor who turned every scandal and every setback into a second chance. From a violent childhood to the heights of Hollywood, and the edge of ruin. Don Johnson's story isn't about fame, it's about endurance. He fell, he fought, and he found his way back every single time. If you want more stories about Hollywood's wildest lives, subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin and press the bell icon so you never miss what really happens behind the fame.